use my underused team against his standard team, and I decided to really just test myself on how good I would do. So my first move just sucked because I landed up using fake out on the Agron, and it did nothing to him. Actually did more damage to myself. And then I brick break, which did a hell of a lot more damage, but I landed up getting paralyzed, so I don't like that. Whatever. So he switches out and he goes into his Infernape as I try to brick break to end him, and it does decent damage, I guess. Yeah. So seeing that I really can't stay in against him, I go to my Moltres and he nasty plots, which sucks ass. So I figured my Moltres would scare him away, so I would try to use agility on his switch, but he lands up flamethrowing me. I don't even know why, and it does a lot of damage, like crazy damage. That nasty plot like really did something crazy. So now that I'm faster, I'll just air slash and kill him. So Infernape isn't a threat anymore. Uh, yeah, that's really cool. I really wasn't gonna upload anything, but Gambit from Sub-Zero just, kept saying upload, 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 so I decided to do it. Alright, so he brings in his Umbreon, and yeah, I didn't want to stay in with the Moltres and fight with him, so I decided to go into my Hitmonlee and use close combat, and it did pretty good damage on the Togekiss who switched in, and good enough that after he wished, I would still be able to one-hit KO it, but this Kiss is scarfed, so yeah, Hitmonlee has to go away for a little while, which sucks. So now I know I get a free setup with my Registeel, so I start cursing up, and he brings in the Umbreon, and I don't feel threatened at all. Alright, so he shows me a substitute, so now I know this is baton passing. Yeah, so this is horrible right now. So I thought he would baton pass right now, and I would just try to hit whatever, but Iron Head, and yeah, it works and breaks this up. So yeah, he had used Wish, so now he's using Payback because he figures he might as well just get some kind of damage, and it does absolutely nothing. At that point, I figured he'd switch back to Agron, thinking I'd Iron Head again and then get the Wish back up, but I was wrong. So he uses Substitute again, and I curse up, which is okay, I guess. Not too good. And now he actually baton passes, which is what I was fearing, and he did it. And he goes into a Breloom, which is fucking horrible at this point. And I'll end up cursing again, which is another bad play for me. And he's Spores, which actually activates my Berry, which wakes me up, which was actually pretty good and pretty helpful. Probably saved me from the sweep event initially, so yeah, kind of cool. So he Spores me again, and now I have to switch out because I really don't want this thing to just destroy me completely. So I go back into Moltres, who makes a pretty decent counter to Breloom, and that's awesome. So he switches out because there's nothing he can do to me, and goes into the Umbreon, and I land up flamethrowing the Umbreon on the switch, and it does pretty good damage. Kind of makes me want to rethink my earlier play and actually stay in, but whatever. So now I go for the air slash because I know I'm already faster, and I'm trying to get the flinch, and I don't get it, but whatever. He's dead next turn anyway. So yeah. He switches out and goes into his Electivire, and I thought he would do some ridiculous nonsense. I don't even know what I was thinking. Going for the agility there instead of hitting him, but whatever. Alright, so he's gonna obviously T-point, so I switch on my Quagsire, and I knew he was going to switch out because he has no business staying in. So I Stone Edged, and it didn't quite kill it. The Togekiss was switched in, which is horrible. And then he air slashes and doesn't get the flinch, but I land up missing, which is horrible too. So now that I know he's stuck on air slash, I might as well just bring in Registeel to make him switch. So now he goes back to the Agron, and I'm like, nah, this thing can't hurt me. But it's still gay because it's gonna set up Stealth Rock, which is bad for my Moltres. I'm still trying to wake up here, which is bad. and I wake up and I get the earthquake, which does nothing. That was a pretty good prediction on his part. And he lands up Ores Fairing and doesn't do anything threatful to me, so I'm happy for that. And I get to kill the Togekiss, which is really annoying. Yeah. So now he brings out the Umbreon, and I can't stay in at all, so I go right back into my Moltres, and I don't mind taking the Stealth Rock damage because I know I can still handle this. Yeah, and he wishes, so I'm like, damn, this is gonna suck. I know he's gonna pay back now because he figures I won't kill him, but I actually land up killing him because Flamethrower is awesome, and Moltres is just a beast. So yeah. So yeah, he comes back out with the Electivire, and he's gonna obviously go for a Thunder Punch again. But you know, just in case he tries to go for an Ice Punch or something, instead go for like a safer play. I switched into my Registeel, and apparently that didn't work because he dies. So now I go into my Clay Doll, which is just to get rid of the Stealth Rock because I really need it for Moltres to come back in because he's gonna be a really big part of this. So I get rid of it, and he brings out the Aggron. I don't know why. I would have brought out the Breloom, but he brings out the Aggron, so it's whatever. So Earth Power and I get rid of it, which is awesome because now I don't have to deal with him setting it up again, which means my Moltres is free. So he comes out with the Breloom now and does the Spore, and I figured that, so I kept Claydol in to take it, which is great. So now I switch and I go into my Palm, and he Sword Dances, which is gay. And then he Mach Punches me, and I was mad about that, but whatever, he was paralyzed anyway, not much I could do. So now I come back out with my Moltres, and I don't know why he didn't Mach Punch there. He would have done a pretty good amount of damage, but he didn't for whatever reason, and I landed up Flamethrowing, which is awesome, and getting rid of it. So now all he has is this Electivire, and after 2 times I figured it'd be obvious I'll go to Quagsire, so I switched in, and he over predicted there, which is great. And I Flamethrower him, and it doesn't kill him, so that's kinda sad. So I'll just keep Moltres in here to die, which is gonna happen anyway. So now I'm pretty sure I have the game at this point. And yeah, so I bring in my Quagsire again. I use Protect to get extra leftovers health back just in case that's necessary for me to live. I mean, doesn't hurt to be safe. And then he cross shots me, and I'm hoping he doesn't get the crit, and he doesn't, and I Earthquake him for a good game. So good game, Reese. I guess my underused Pokemon did a pretty good job. So holla.